What's going up, NDHL fans? Today we are back with another video, and today it is the Baltimore Ravens versus the Durham Blue Devils. Over here, you got Ilya Sorokin, 88 overall in net, and you also got John Tavares, 87 overall center. And then we got creative players that I made. You got Sam Hoff, 93 overall left wing. Jordan Sharp, 85 overall center. David Allen, 82 overall center. So let's get into this game, as it is both teams' first game of the season. As we get underway here at CFG Bank Arena, Baltimore, Maryland. As for Baltimore, we got Sam Hoff, Jordan Sharp, and A. Charnick. And for Durham, we got Tavares, Tippett, and somebody else. And Hoff with it, cutting across, backhand, save. Charnick now with it to Delzato. DeBrusque over the blue line. DeBrusque shot, save. Sharp now with it over the red line. Sharp shot, saved by Sorokin. And that one's in the corner, and it's a battle. But Grzelcyk gets out with it. They're attacking over the blue line. Tavares shot. That one's blocked by Bernard Docker. And got a shot. Saved by Sorokin. Barry takes it. Gives it to DeBrusque. Jake DeBrusque. Shot. Saved by D'Elia. Bernard Docker. Bernard Docker with it to Charnick. Charnick shot, tramples in the crease, but Sorokin gets on top of it for a save. With 11:09 left to go in this first period, still scoreless. Both teams send out their second line. Allen wins it back to Ladd. Ladd shot, saved by Sorokin. Barry picks it up along the boards over to Zaka. Gives it to Krejci. Krejci shot, saved by D'Elia. With 9:27 left to go in this first period, both teams are still scoreless. And Allen wins it back to Ladd. Ladd to Milosh. Milosh up to Heroes. Heroes shot, saved by Sorokin, and that's picked up in the corner by Beauvillier to Barry. Barry across the Baltimore blue line. Barry shot, saved by D'Elia. Both teams still with their second line. Allen wins it back. Passes it up to Lind. Lind shot, saved by Sorokin. Grzelcyk picks it up along the boards, up to Beauvillier to Krejci. Krejci now with it. Shot, saved by D'Elia. That one deflects to the side, but that is picked up by the Baltimore defense. Shot, saved by Sorokin. As both goalies have been great this first period so far. Allen wins it back to Lod. Lod over to Milosh. Milosh shot. Glove save by Sorokin. Gives it out to Krejci. Up to Barry. Barry looking for options. Barry along the boards. Gives it to Beauvillier. Shot. And that one almost sneaks by Delia, but he covers it before it can sneak into the net. Baltimore sends out their first line. Sharp wins it back to Lod. Lod gives it up to Charnick. 5 seconds to go. Saved by Sorokin. With 3.9 seconds left to go in this first period, as we are still scoreless. Sharp wins it back to Milosh. Last shot, and that one's in the corner as Barry tries to get one last pass off before the whistle goes. And we will go to the second period after no team scored in the first period. So we will go to a second period. And these are the first intermission stats. And let's get right underway with the second period. Both teams still have their first lines out. As wins it back. Tavares shot, save by Delia. DeBrusque shot out in front, but Bernard Docker gets it. Sharp now with it. Sharp. Shot, saved by Sorokin. That one's in the corner. DeBrusque picks it up. Grzelcyk now with it. Grzelcyk gives it to Tavares. Tavares. Shot, saved by Delia. What a save by Connor Delia, as he really wanted that. Sharp wins it back to Bernard Docker. Gives it up to Charnick. Charnick now with it. Shot, save, and that one trickles, but Sorokin puts it in the corner. Grzelcyk now with it. Grzelcyk looking to shoot. Tavares shot, saved by Delia. That one's in the corner for Tavares. Tavares gives it back to Grzelcyk. Grzelcyk shot, saved by Delia, and he'll cover that one up for a whistle with 12:28 left to go in the second period. And we are still scoreless. Excuse me, it's not Connor Delia, it is Colin Delia. Sharp gives it to Bernard Docker. Up to Charnick. Charnick. Shot! That one's up in the air, but Barry gets to it. Barry trying to get it to somebody. He finally gives it to DeBrusque. DeBrusque along the boards, pushing in, and Delia with the save. Bernard Docker out in front for DeBrusque, and Delia saves that one into the corner. 8:30 left to go. Sharp now with it. Shot, save Sorokin. Charnick with it now. Sorokin makes another save. I think the pressure's kind of getting to Sorokin because he has to make 2 saves in a row to keep this game scoreless with 7.5 minutes left. Sharp wins it back to Dozado. Dozado shot, and that one's poked away. Hoff to Dozado. Charnick shot, save, or no, not a save, block shot. He shoots, and that one is blocked. Hoff now with it. Shot, save, glove save by Sorokin With 4:46 left to go in the second period, still scoreless. Both teams still have their first line out there. Delzato has 3 blocked shots. Delzato now misses the net. Charnick with it to Hoff. Shot blocked. Rebound. And Sorokin saves that one. Sharp tries to get it up to Hoff, but he's still trying to get up. And Tippett now with it. Tippett. Shot. Saved by D'Elia. That one's up to Delzato. Delzato across the blue line. Delzato shot. Almost tries to get a shot off, but he couldn't get one off. Barry now with it. Gives it to Tavares. Tavares shot. Saved. And that one trickles out of the Baltimore zone. Barry now with it to Tippett. Tippett shot. And that will end the second period of play. And we are still scoreless after the Ravens have had 20 shots on goal and the Blue Devils have had 16. And these are the second intermission stats. And let's get into the third period, as we are still scoreless. Both teams still have their forward line out there, first forward line. Tavares wins it back to Barry. Barry looking for options, but Charnick picks it off. He gives it to Hoff. Hoff in the corner gives it to Bernard Docker, and to Hoff out in front. Sorokin somehow finds the puck, and he says no and covers it up. Tavares wins it back to Grzelcyk. Grzelcyk gives it to DeBrusk. DeBrusk shot. Saved by D'Elia. With 16:48 left to go in this third period, we are still scoreless. Face-offs are in favor of Baltimore with 11-3. Gives it to Hoff. Hoff, pad saved by Sorokin. Brusk saved by D'Elia. 14:36 left to go in the third period. And both teams still keep out their first line. Tavares wins it back to Barry. Barry shot, saved by D'Elia. As we have Sharp and Tavares in the face-off dot. Sharp wins it back to Bernard Docker. Gives it to Hoff, who gives it to Charnick. Charnick gives it to Sharp. Sharp shot, glove save by Sorokin. And we have Tavares wins it back to Grzelcyk, who gives it to Barry. Barry struggling to get out of his own zone. He gives it to Tippett. Tippett shot, saved by D'Elia, who gets it up to Delzato, who passes it to Hoff. Hoff shot, blocked into the corner. And Tippett now with it. Tippett shot, blocker save by D'Elia. Both goalies have been incredible this game. And Sorokin with the save, gives it to Barry, to Tavares. Tavares over the blue line. Shot, saved by D'Elia. That one sneaks by D'Elia's pads, but gets it into the corner. Tippett with it. Shot, saved by D'Elia. 3 straight saves by Colin D'Elia. And Sharp now with it. Shot, save. That one gets through Sorokin's legs, but not in the direction Sharp wanted it to go. Tippett over the blue line. Tippett. Shot, saved by D'Elia. Gives it up to Bernard Docker, who gives it up to Hoff. Hoff over the blue line. Shot, saved by Sorokin. Hoff in the corner with it. Gives it to Dozado. Dozado misses the net. DeBrusque now with it. Gives it to Tippett. Owen Tippett with it. He shoots. And Colin D'Elia comes up with the save with 40.9 seconds left to go in the third period. Both teams now send out their second line. Krejci wins it back to Cece. Cody Cece's shot, saved by D'Elia. I'm really surprised by Colin D'Elia. This is his first game. First game in the NDHL. Tries to poke it, but D'Elia now with it. Bernard Docker gives it to Zacha. Pavel Zacha does little deke. Backhand shot. Kulak. Shot blocked. David Allen now with it. With 4 seconds to go. Allen shot. And he broke his stick. First player in NDHL history to do that. And this one will need overtime, as we are still scoreless through 3 periods of play. Both teams having really good chances to score, but they're not going through. And here are the third intermission stats. And we will get back with this overtime. Will there be a hero, or will there be a 0? Let's find out. Sharp wins it back to Bernard Docker. Gives it to Hoff. Hoff to Sharp. Sharp shot. Rebound, Sorokin, save. Tavares and DeBrusque and Hoff and Sharp for the forwards. Bernard Docker with it to Hoff. Hoff blocker save by Sorokin. Gives it to DeBrusque. DeBrusque 1-on-1 with Hoff. Hoff. DeBrusque misses the net. DeBrusque picks it up behind the net. Tries to do a backhand, but that's blocked. And Barry now with it. Barry along the boards. Gives it to Tavares. Shot, saved by D'Elia. Minute 42 left to go in overtime. And let's see if we need a shootout, or if someone will end this game before the clock hits 0. Sharp now with it. Sharp, shot. That one's blocked by Tavares. DeBrusque now with it, 1-on-1 with Hoff. Shot, saved by D'Elia. And we'll get back in action here. Sharp wins it back to Bernard Docker. Gives it to Hoff. Hoff now with it. Shot, save, glove save by Sorokin. Gives it to Barry. Gives it to DeBrusque. DeBrusque. Shot, save by D'Elia. As it could possibly lead to a shootout, which would be the first shootout in NDHL history. Tavares wins it back to Barry. Barry, shot blocked by his own teammate. Bernard Docker now with it. Gives it to Hoff. Hoff, glove save by Sorokin. 51.6 seconds left to go in overtime. Still scoreless. And Tavares wins it back to Barry. Barry now with it. Barry shot. And he scores! Tyson Barry picks up his own rebound and he scores to win it in overtime for the Blue Devils. There's a lot of Blue Devil fans here in the crowd. There's also very many, obviously, Ravens fans here in the crowd. So Tyson Barry gets his first goal of this season, as this game will come to a close. 1-0 Sorokin shutout, which is not actually the first shutout in NDHL history. That was actually broken by, or achieved by, the barbecue goalie, or no, the Aces goalie, I'm sorry, in the very first NDHL game in history. So, I will be recording tomorrow. I will have this video up by tomorrow. And I will see you guys in the next game. Peace.